Where am I?
You just entered the Dandy Funhouse.
Hello and welcome to the Dandy Funhouse, the home of your favorite frivolities. I'm your host bot with the most bot, Neil Dandy, and today we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of one of the most enduring action-packed games with over 50 years of metal skull-punching mayhem. I'm talking about none other than Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and I have the 2021 version by Mattel Games right here. Now, if you'll harken back to episode 9 of the Dandy Funhouse, you can enjoy my unboxing of this little slice of awesomeness, along with my ham-handed attempt at assembling this without referring to the instructions, because I'm a guy and that's what we do. I obviously did eventually get it assembled, working, so in this episode we're going to learn the interesting history and backstory of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, look at some of the changes it's gone through over the years, including some interesting versions and fantastic failures. I'll also announce some late-breaking news about Rock'em Sock'em Robots that will knock your block off. And then we're going to top it all off with a 3-round match to see who will be crowned the Dandy Funhouse Rock'em Sock'em Robots champion of 2021. Let's get ready to crunch metal! Plastic metal! Alright, what it is. Now, well, I'd like to assume that everybody under the sun already knows what Rock'em Sock'em Robots is. For anyone who maybe just arrived from the planet Zoltar, I'll quickly explain. Now, this is a boxing game between two players who control two boxing robots, the Blue Bomber and the Red Rocker. Hello, Sammy Hagar. Now, the object is to land a direct chin blow on your opponent's robot, which pops his head back and up off of his neck and shoulders, effectively knocking his block off, like so. It's just that simple, that awesome, that classic. Let's get into the history. Now, Rock'em Sock'em Robots was designed by Marvin Glass and Associates, who were founded in 1941, and are also the designers of such classic toys and games as the James Bond 007 toys of the 60s, Light Bright, Inchworm, Super Sunday Football, Ricochet Racers, Mousetrap Ants in the Pants, Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle, which we have done an episode on, Smash Up Derby, Hugo Man of 1,000 Faces, which is really weird and I personally owned as a kid, explains a few things, Mystery Date, Simon, and Don't Blow Your Top, along with many, many, many others. Their very first licensed product was the Yakety Yak Talking Teeth, which was produced and distributed through the H. Fish Love Company. Marvin Glass and Associates existed until 1988, designing toys most notably for Fisher-Price, Hasbro, Ideal, Kenner, Matchbox, Milton Bradley, Parker Brothers, and of course Marx, who in 1964 unleashed Rock'em Sock'em Robots upon our humble planet. Now, Marvin Glass himself passed away in 1974 and was succeeded by CEO Anson Isaacson, whom along with two other company employees were shot and killed at the company's offices in Chicago by a highly disturbed 33-year-old employee named Al Keller, who had been working at the company for 4 years as a toy designer. He ultimately turned the gun on himself, and no motive was ever uncovered for the crime. Anyway, let's get back to our star of the show, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now, according to Wikipedia, this was inspired by boxing games people would play in the arcades of that era. Marvin Glass had actually canceled the development of their boxing game in '63 due to a notable boxer named Davey Moore dying in the ring. Marvin's partner Burt Meyer didn't want to give up on this project and came up with the idea of dehumanizing the boxers by making them into robots that fall apart rather than people who fall over. And thus Rock'em Sock'em Robots, as we still know it today, was born. It was produced by Marx Toys and was sold for over a decade virtually unchanged until 1977 when Star Wars became all the craze. So they gave it a space-themed makeover for a while. In 2000, Mattel Games took over production and still produces it to this day. Now, there have been many versions of this, as you might imagine, with this toy coming up on, 60 years in existence. There have been a lot of different versions, including ones where the figures aren't even in a boxing ring, but they're standing on their own little individual platforms. Now, I particularly love this Batman versus Superman version. There are also miniature discount store versions where the heads just sort of flop backwards. Now, in the 70s, it was sold in the UK under the name Raving Bonkers. Other notable versions have been a Transformers version featuring Megatron versus Optimus Prime. Now, there have also been some video game versions produced, but none of them were either designed very well, nor were they very popular. So we're not going to spend any more time on that here. Just if you see a Rock'em Sock'em Robots video game out there, might want to stay back. Anyway, you want to see these guys in action? I think it's tournament time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dandy Funhouse Rock'em Sock'em Robots Jerky Jam 2021, where two contestants will face off for all the beef jerky and the bragging rights and a 30-second commercial about their business. Let's meet the contestants.
I'm Jeremy Ford with Curb Appeal Soft Wash.
Controlling the Red Rocker robot, we have Jeremy Ford of Curb Appeal Soft Wash.
And I am Wayne Little with MomentumSeminars.com.
And battling for the Blue Bomber, we have Blaine Little of MomentumSeminars.com. Let's get ready to crunch metal! Plastic metal! And they both come out of their respective rings and fists of fury are flying. Oh! The Red Rocker is taking it to the face. The Blue Bomber, oh! And the head goes up on Blue Bomber. Red Rocker takes round 1 of 3. And the head is reset. And the robots are back after each other. The Blue Bomber is coming back. He does not want to be behind. Oh, but he takes him to the face. The Red Rocker's doling out the punishment. The head goes up and it's all over, folks. Jeremy Ford of Curb Appeal Soft Wash with the Red Rocker robot takes all the jerky.
So you are the Dandy Funhouse Rock'em Sock'em Robots champion in the Beef Jerky Jam of 2021. How's that make you feel?
Wonderful. It was a great time, and who doesn't love beef jerky? Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your business in 30 seconds.
Okay, so Jeremy Ford with Curb Appeal Soft Wash. We're located here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We really specialize in wood deck and fence restoration and staining. If your fence is gray and you think it's ugly, it's not too late. We can wash it up, put a beautiful stain on it, protect it for 3 to 5 years. This winter, we're also going to Christmas lights. We're going to be sent as little elves, and we're going to do all this dirty work for them. And we got custom cut Christmas lights. Stay lit till December 25th. Take them down. Just throw them through the year. Totally turnkey. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, let's just hope those Christmas lights don't attract any more battling robots from outer space. But if they do, we'll be here and we'll be ready. Back to you in the studio.
Now in our last episode where I did our grand unboxing and assembly, I teased a couple of times about some breaking news about our favorite robotic boxing game, so here it is. Universal Pictures and Mattel Films are teaming up to produce a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. And Vin Diesel has signed on to both star and produce through his own film company called One Race Films. The screenplay has already been written by Ryan Engel, who you may or may not remember from the movie Rampage. All we know about the plot so far is that it's about a father and son, I'm going to assume Vin Diesel is the father, who form an unlikely bond with an advanced war machine. And as of right now, there's no projected release date as the cast has yet to be fleshed out and no production has yet been started. Not to mention, Vin Diesel's probably fulfilling his obligations to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and of course Fast and Furious 35 and a half, Arthritic Drift. I'm going to keep an open mind about the movie, but something tells me I'm going to like this movie better from the first time I saw it, when it was called Transformers. Now that stated, there's obviously no way I'm going to miss this flick, and hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised. Well, there you go. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, still rocking in the modern world. I really wish I had the original to compare this side by side with, but the word on the street is that the current Mattel version, which is what I have here, is much smaller than the classic Marx version. Either way, it is well built, a great comfortable size, and tons of fun. In my opinion, this toy is still an absolute hit and sure to knock your block off too. I'm going to give this 2 iron fists up. And if you'd like to help keep us up and running here at the Dandy Funhouse video show, podcast, and blog, please consider visiting the patronage page at dandyfunhouse.com. Supporters do get access to exclusive bonus features, and super duper supporters are going to get stuff mailed to them by yours truly, in addition to gaining access to the special bonus material. And well, that's going to do it for this installment of the Dandy Funhouse, where everything is always fun and dandy. I knocked your block off.
If you've enjoyed this episode of the Dandy Funhouse and wish to support future productions, look for the Funhouse supporter links in the description, comment, or show notes to contribute via your favorite method, or just visit dandyfunhouse.com. Supporters gain access to exclusive bonus material for the episode they are contributing to, and Funhouse Super Supporters get special prizes. Thank you for being a part of the Dandy Funhouse, where everything is always
Fun and dandy.